All right. Me from the signal from the back cave. And we are live. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Jedi Academy, where we hang out with you wonderful and amazing folks as we do every day at RSG and have fun doing it. This is the show where we do nothing but answer your questions about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, the mobile game brought to you by Capital Gains. That being said, I want to die right now because I was having a blast hanging out with Heinzie and Grid and everybody last night on the Heinzie stream, and oh boy, did we tie one on. Which is tradition. When you do the Heinzie stream, you get tore up from the floor up, and so I'm pretty tore up. So my only goal right now is to do this stream, and then I'm going to go back to sleep for about 12 hours, and then I'm going to get up tonight to do D&D, which we will do tonight. So I was thinking about showing the game. That ain't happening. I'm going back to it's sleepy time for Ranger. Sleepy. Yes, rest. Rest I need. All night become. So, that being said, welcome to the show. I can see we got everybody coming in here. We got Epic Fails, Gappy with the pickles for everybody. Very nice. Some dick holding sandflies. I don't know who that is. Dar Scion, Contingent 33. Glad to have you all here. Now, if you're new to the show, this is pretty simple. We compile a bunch of people, content creators and stuff. We put them on the show, and we answer your questions. Well, how do you get a question answered? It's pretty simple. Put your question into the chat. However, with the caveat, make sure you put the word question in front of your actual question statement and or comment that you want us to respond to, and we will get that done. Just like Gav P. It's got 2 already in there. Wow. All right, that didn't take long. But yes, apologies for the tardiness. I'm not really alive right now. So, with that being said, let's introduce our panel. We've got that country vac and BCM out there. What you going on, BCM?
Skull, y'all. It's a little early this morning, but yeah.
Well, it's really early for me too, and I'm hungover. I'm drinking some coffee. Coffee. It's delicious. And then join us for the first time in a long time from his world travels.
I'm back. I'm back.
This freaking guy over here.
No one will ever get a word on Edgeway now for the next 2 hours, so you're fine.
Yes, I will. Yes, you will. Yes, I will.
It's good, I have missed y'all. I've missed y'all. Somebody needs to tell me, have we established whether the Eternal Twins are coming to the game, and have we established whether this is the year of shippings? Apart from that, I'm up to speed.
No, I think, well, ships for sure. It's definitely the year of the ships. Turtle Twins, no.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got those knocked out. So there you go. And then if we get anybody else that jumps in here, Calvin, everybody else, content creators will jump in here if they can, but real life, we just leave it open for any content creator to come hang out with us. So good morning, Kenpachi, Ray Rock, Jason Hobby with the word to the mothership, Momo Don, everybody's here. All right. Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Though we had a lot of fun yesterday, man. We pulled off a fucking miracle last night, man. I got to tell you, we used gas versus that old new Raid Dashicron, and somehow, some way, we won. I don't know how the hell we did that. Rim Bam, as pasty and creamy, milky white as that dude is, he came in clutch last night. I mean, I know he's a poltergeist, but damn, that dude knew his GAC last night, and we pulled that shit out of our ass. So that was pretty nice. All right, so get your questions in, and then we'll get to that. Get your all your, and then you can ask us anything you want. While I'm getting ready to get all the questions, just a reminder that 2 things. One, doing our big Patreon push right now. We are at just needing 10 more Patreons, and Rambam came on last night and said that he would do this. If we get 10 more Patreons by the 31st. I will start my lore series, but I'm going to, with a little twist, we're going to have Rambam and me doing a lore series together. So we'll do that together for you guys if we get 10 more Patrons. Why are we asking for Patrons? Well, because we don't make shit doing anything on YouTube. I mean, you just don't. Sorry, that's just the way they could grow. And if you want us to keep doing stuff like this and other things on YouTube, that's just the way it goes. All right, that's Patreon push.
I'm still getting paid for this, yes?
Yes, Monopoly money. Yeah, of course, Alice. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, still in 1s and 5s, right? I think we got it. Yeah.
You're getting paid.
Got you.
You're getting paid with experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
And love. And happiness.
And exposure.
See what I just did there, Aldous? I just put that in your cup. That's hope.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's hope. That's hope right there. Okay, and the other thing is November 5th, which is 2 Saturdays from today. We are going to be doing our big charity stream here on the RSG channel. We'll be streaming. I'll be going down to Florida, to Orlando, to hook up with Finn, and we're going to have a Magic the Gathering tournament that day. We're going to have the ACS folks out there. People are going to be showing up. We're going to have a Magic the Gathering tournament day. We're going to be live streaming it, and we're going to be doing giveaways and all kinds of stuff during the stream. That will be set up, and we are going to try to raise more money for the American Cancer Society, which we are partnering up with as Gamers for Cancers, which we helped create and start with them back in the day. We've raised a lot of money over the years for the ACS and done other things like the Disney Marathon, going to the Children's Hospital of Atlanta, dressed up as Star Wars characters, all kinds of stuff. So we've done a lot of stuff over the years with them, and we want to continue that. So we're going to have that. Now, if you can't be there, you're more than welcome to. If you do want to come down to Orlando, or if you're in the area, you want to come hang out, and we're going to do a meet and greet. We're going to be Magic the Gathering all day, and around 5-6 o'clock we're going to go to somewhere to eat, have a meet and greet, drinks, food, good times, so you can come meet me, Finn, get your picture taken, or slap Finn, either get your picture taken, I don't care. Don't try to slap me, because I will slap back. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time. So if you're around that area, or you want to come out, just get with Finity on our Discord, FINITY. He's more the organizer, I'm just more the face. And then we'll get that hooked up. But regardless, we'll have a live stream. So remember, November 5th, mark it on your calendars. We're going to have a live stream for you guys. So if you can't be there, you can at least be there on the stream and spread the word, and let's raise some money. And we're going to be doing a special one this time for ACS. You'll see when we do it. Someone we want to shout out and help out this time. So we'll have something, no spoilers, but you'll want to watch it that day. I can barely function right now. God, this coffee needs to kick my ass harder, quicker. Oh man, I love Hydesy, man. We had such a blast last night. Oh God, TJ was on. His little one came on, 6 years old, and just said, "Hydesy, you know why you're bald?" or something like that. I almost lost my mind, dude. It was the funniest shit I've ever heard, dude. Oh my God, we had a blast. And Hydesy got the full clear too, so he did a good job too. All right, we got a question here. Gav P says, question for Aldi. Can he explain the Tom Doonlier strategy? The what?
The Doonator.
The hell is this shit?
This is the new strat.
Give us the quip notes. I don't need the full Genghis Khan strategy.
I'm getting to the quip notes. Okay, so I've been struggling against the Vader Kron.
Oh yeah, who is it? We're all you're not. Yeah, we're all there, brother. Trust me. Yeah.
And we had a legend, Tom Ford, the man knows the game.
He does.
Who proposed a strat to us, which none of us really understood. We tried it, and it was okay. I kind of got the thing wrong, but then afterwards on the stream, we sat in Discord for about 2 hours, me and about 5 or 6 other people working on the strat, and we managed to perfect it. So now, Tarkin lead, Darth Vader, Watt, and then any other 2 empires. So we did it with Talon and TFP, could take down Lord Vader with the Vader Kron.
That's the caveat. You have to have the Vader Kron.
Well, no, yeah, you need the Darth Vader Kron, but you can beat pretty much any Lord Vader Kron. Gorgeous strat. Works absolutely beautiful. And we sent, so yeah, I'm looking forward to trying that out. Because I think to be able to take down Lord Vader with the level 9 Datacron without a Galactic Legend, pretty cool. It does use Watt. You're not needing to use Piet. So Piet can stay with the imps. Unlike the other way of doing it, which is obviously the Tarkin with the Piet and the E-Penis. But yes, it was a good one. It was a good one, yeah. So so me and my entire community have been doing it, and we're all getting close with it and getting it to work and stuff like that. So I think that'll become our new kind of. So, but it's just really nice to see like a broken, like Lord Vader Datacron. Everybody says this is broken, it's broken, it's broken, and yet we're able to find, and it really just shows the intelligence of the community. We're able to find this counter, which doesn't use a Galactic Legend, and yet is I'm going to say pretty predictable. I would have said we took down Lord Vader 3 out of 4 times, a Maul 4 out of 4. And we kind of working through it, and we won the battle on the 4th one as we're working. The final kill order becomes difficult because of what they're stacking, but it's a gorgeous strat. So yeah, so that is the new Tom Duniator, which we're now using. So I want Lord Vader now in defense. Which camera am I on? If my next opponent's watching.
What do you mean? What camera are you on? You're looking right into it, you freak.
Oh, this one. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't know if I would.
What the hell is happening?
I want my opponent to put Lord Vader on defense with the level 9 Datacron every single damn time because I want to practice because it is glorious. To be able to take that down without a Galactic Legend is going to move me so far ahead.
Well, the Darth Vader Datacron is pretty OP in itself. You can take out JMK and Rey with that thing if you gotta have that revive one. You can't the 300% health one. It's just that's one I have, and I've been re-rolling the hell out of it. Oh Christ! This
one works without the revive.
Okay.
So the 300% one or the revive one will work this Tarkin lead against Vader because you don't need the level 9 actually. Actually, to be honest, you only need the level 6.
Yeah, but the Illuminati hates me, so that won't work for me. They're honest. They like you, they don't like me, so I would lose every time. No.
As long as you got
watched
fast
my
enough
streams.
Vader. Yeah. Oh no. Well, I'm only saying it is glorious. It's a glorious counter. And one of these little diamonds that somebody. And then, like I say, we just sat in Discord for an hour and a half. We worked through it so many times. We talked about it because it works by weird mechanics and stuff.
Well, okay.
But yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Anyway, yeah. So yeah. That's what it is, and it's super fun. I enjoyed today. This morning stream was brilliant. I loved this morning stream. We faced someone that was 11.7 million, 3 million more than me, and yet we had the most fun stream, clearing teams. He was in chat. It was brilliant. It was brilliant. So much fun.
Okay, there you go. There you go,
So much
Gatsby. What is this shit today, Gappy? Just questions for Aldi only? Well, you're gonna have to wait. Calvin Awesome's here. Calvin. Awesome.
My dudes.
What's going on, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
How's
I'm
life?
doing pretty good. I'm actually going off of Aldous that I'm a pretty big fan of the Darth Vader Cron 2. I got to beat Rey with Swolo last night with it, so that was really fun.
You should have seen me last night, Calvin. I beat Rey with dash and everything with gas.
Oh, nice.
No Datacron, nothing. Talk about pulling it out of your
dash Swolo like JTR, like the whole shebang.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, man.
No
Datacron too?
No Datacron. We went in there. That psycho who is the Milky White person, Rambam's like, you should use this. You save it for Rey. And I swear we pulled that crap off, dude. Like one at a time. We just timed it the right way, and it worked. I mean, I don't know if it's a legit strategy. Probably not, but we did it. And because it was a lot. He put it in the back, and I had gas left, and we were saving it for just that occasion because he really wanted to do it. I'm like, oh, let's see if there's a GL in the back, and sure enough, there was Rey. He was trying to do the old peekaboo on us. And, we did everything else up to that point, and the only thing I had left was gas versus Rey. I was thinking we were going to have to two-shot it, right? Do something crazy like that. No.
I'm surprised he got past the dash cron, though, because him taking turns constantly, he just knocks
I can't remember.
gas
I'm
down,
pretty
like,
drunk,
instantly.
but I'm pretty sure that it was what we did last night. I have to go back and look at it, but yeah. It was crazy because my gas has so much protection stuff, that does the thing and stuff, but it was pretty gross. I can't believe we did it. And I was just looking at Rambo. I'm like, how the hell did you just guess, man? Like, how did you know that was going to work? It's like, what the hell, dude? I can't believe you put that on there. So stupid. Ulcers. All right, so we got Calvin, we got Aldous, we got BCM here, we got the whole crew. Let's get to our questions. We got a question from Gav P. Says, question for Aldi: what are your pros and cons of shipping? All right, we're not getting into another lecture from Ali here. It says, he says, seeing Aldi, of course, it's the Eth Koth of shippings. This looks like Eth Koth, or is that a king of shippings? Is that a king? What is that?
A ship as in like Raylo?
Prince of shippings? Is that a prince?
It's the king of shippings. I am the king of shippings.
Who do you ship?
Ships is fun. I think what I love about shipping the most is you can play it out of order sometimes. You can get like a weird dodge and still win. Whereas in some other counters, it's everything's like, oh, it's a mod check, mod check, mod check. Shippings are more like they're far more of a random thing. It's hard to 100% plan for them. You need to kind of go into them with a slightly different strategy. But if you know what you're doing, maybe when another one of the pros, if you know what you're doing and you know the kits and you know the different kind of teams and counters, you can actually differentiate yourself far more to opponents. And you'll actually face opponents that'll be scared of shippings, so they'll put like a far like easier or harder, you know, like, whereas if you're more on the balance, you can be kind of cool. We do need maybe now we don't need more ships. We're kind of got enough.
We need more ships.
No, with only 2 on defense and 2 on offense, we're kind of okay.
What are you talking about?
If you're in a rhodium.
Yeah, if you're a rhodium, I mean, when you're...
Oh, I've got 3, don't I? I've got 3 and 3.
Yeah.
But you can fail twice. No, I think it's on the balance. I think it's on the balance.
We don't need more capital ships, so we still need to fill out some of these fleets.
I think a little bit of an elevation, which I presume when we get whatever, if we get an Imperial shuttle, no, a thingy shuttle, Inquisitor shuttle, or anything that'll elevate that team up. Yeah, I think we'll get there. It's okay. I haven't yet got. I mean, Profundity's my next thing in a week or 2, and then we'll be good with that. But yeah, it's good stuff. I just love shipping.
All right, next question. What else? 3 question. Ranger, when are you not hungover? Pretty much the vast majority of the week. That's not Friday when I'm on Heinz's stream. That's a good answer right there. Because most of the time I don't drink. I'll drink a little bit on the Wednesday night stream. Sometimes I drink on the D&D stream just to have fun. But when I'm doing Friday's a special day because it's happy hour. So I drink with you guys, hang out and stuff, and then you go right into Heinz's stream afterwards. Oh boy, you got to tie one on because everyone's tying one on that stream. Good Lord. So yeah, I'm a suffering bastard right now. All right, next question from Momon did nonsense question. Should I save 3 Omicrons for Ben Solo or drop one onto Admiral Radis? I had the same dilemma, and I'll tell you what I did because I was debating putting on the second one right off the bat off of Ben Solo, or did I want to put an additional one on SWGOH Press, and I decided that yes, having the Force die out on Ben Swallow was the play, but I didn't put the second one on, and I put the one on SWGOH Press, which has really worked out for me. And I think you're kind of in the same boat. I mean, the Force died, you gotta have. I mean, that goes without saying anything. Admiral Radis is a really good one. Oh boy, that thing's a pain in the ass in GAC. What do you think, Calvin? Same for Ben Solo, or put one on old Admiral Radis. I think you can put one on Solo, one on Radis, and still do pretty good there.
Yeah, so like you were saying, you really need to have the Force dyad. It's not as essential as say like Malgus or Star Killers that area win like that, but it's gonna do more damage than the Radis was. And even I don't know, did you mention Savage in there somewhere? I would say it's more impactful than that one too. It really kind of completes this kit for GAC. Like you can still do a lot of cool stuff. He's a better character. He's still best on the team, even if you don't have the Omicron, but you still want it. Yeah.
When you get to some of these other ones, Admiral Radis is really bloody good. That team's now Bad Batch can counter it, but I mean, Bounty Hunters and Bad Batch can counter it hard, but I mean, it's still a bloody good Omicron. The one on Savage is a bloody good Omicron. So I went with Force Dyad for sure for Ben Swallow. The other ones are really good, but I mean, you can get away with like the other one, whichever his, I don't know if it's a special or unique where he just hits under protection. Nice, but it's, you can get away with definitely not having that if you're looking to put some Omicron some other places. The other one's pretty good. I mean, that debuff he gets for that for 4 turns is really gross. I can't remember what exactly, but it's
the healing immunity for the unresistible, undispellable.
Yeah,
he has it for 4 turns, and it ends up being like a 3-turn cooldown. So if you're fighting another galactic legend like Lord Vader or C, assuming Lord Vader isn't at all, you can just chain healing immunity and work him down.
Yeah.
So that one's really good. And I told kind of people to hold off on the ignore protection one at the beginning, and that one is looking to just not be good because his damage output isn't really enough to kill someone in 1 or 2 hits. So you're going to hit under protection twice, and then Rey's going to come in a whirlwind anyways, and the character's just going to die. Like you're you're not getting a lot of value for that right now.
Yeah, and I don't. He's bugged and broken as hell right now. So we're not.
Yeah, there's a few out there.
Just a little bit, just a wee bit of poop.
They fixed one of them last night.
Yeah, they did something, but there's still issues with him. So it's like, good lord, man, so broke. So, all right, Gav P. Yeah, you know me. So have we established it as the year of the shipping? Oh, we did that. Okay, all right. We're past the shippings, Gav P. Jesus. All right, Darsign 1972 question: is the Savage Omni worth investing, bringing him to Relics? I currently have him at Gear 12. FYI, I did. I took mine to Relic 5 with the Omicron. It is awesome. I mean, I don't know if you guys have your Savage with the Omicron. Pretty damn pain in the ass to fight on defense, and it's really bloody good. I mean, offense, defense, but he just keeps regenerating his health and doing all the stuff that he does. It's gross. It's really gross. It's a nightmare. I faced it on GAC, and I'm like, this dude will not goddamn die. I kept hitting him. He kept getting his health and protection back. Like, why is he not dying? BCM, you got your Omicron on Savage? I don't think you do, right? You haven't done that.
I do not.
Yeah. Alda Sunfly. No, Calvin Alderson. You do have the Omicron on Savage.
I do, yeah. And I built him up from Gear 8 to have it. I saw it. I was like, okay, I can't do this right now. I need to finish Ray. But as soon as I got everything squared away for Ray between projects, I took him all the way up from like Gear 8 to R5, gave him the Zeta, gave him the Omicron, gave him mods. He had nothing. And I don't regret it.
No, it's
He's good. For 3v3, I put him on defense with Starkiller and Visas, and
oh my god,
it only got beat by GLs. Granted, I only used it for 1 week, so we'll see what that means. But it was kind of nice too, because my Emperor Palpatine Mara kept getting beat by Wampa in 3s, and someone tried Wampa against the Savage variant and it lost. So I was like, all right, that works.
It's a good Omicron. I like the Raditz Omicron. I like the Savage Omicron. So if you're debating either of those and Bensuelo, just put Force Diet on Bensuelo, get the other two scored. It just gives you some really good options on offense and defense in GAC.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
go one of Ben's, get the others, and then if you want Ben's other ones, go back and get them.
Yeah. Now that being said, Datacron's poo-poo all over all of it, but it's fine.
On everything, man.
Yeah, God. Oh no. Here comes Helly. All right, everybody on the panel, prepare yourself. Here comes Helly. Here comes.
We do have some tech issues where Calvin seems to be coming loud and soft on the stream.
Is he? Check your mic there, Calvin.
But it's fine. But it's fine in the Zoom call. It's fine in the Zoom call. I don't know why. Yeah.
I'm hearing it in the Zoom call every now and then. He pops loud. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he's normal, then it's.
Occasionally. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, check.
I'm going to switch microphones. For whatever reason, this microphone does not like Zoom.
Okay, that's fine. Just do what you need to do, brother. We can go nowhere. And you can ignore the Heli question here. Perfect time for Calvin. He says, question, why did the YouTubes not notify me immediately when Archie went live? Dang nabbit YouTubes. Well, because we're late. Because I was dead, and I just woke up from the land of the dead. So there you go, Heli. Trust me, the more coming. He's the Geek Greek and he's lurking. So prepare yourselves for emotional ramage. Darsion 1972 question for the panel: what do you think the next Conquest character will be? We've been hearing the rumors. I'll tell you what's out there in the ether, and it's the Inquisitor ship from Kenobi. It ain't a character, it's a ship. I mean, I think you guys have both heard this, all this BCM. I mean, we've talked.
I'm super interested to see if it is true. I mean, yeah. So we're all hearing this Inquisitor shuttle. God knows where that came from.
It came from SWGOH events and stuff, the rumor mill. So.
Yeah. But I mean, it seems pretty legit. It seems to make sense. It would be a good thing to get. My only question would be what pilots.
They said the pilots will be Grand Inquisitor, Fifth Brother, and I think Reva or those.
I don't think they could do Reva this quickly.
I don't think. Yeah,
that's what I heard.
We're not
about Reva, but
so
maybe Fifth Brother.
Yeah, Fifth Brother and Great Inquisitor for sure. This is what I've heard.
So I mean, I think it's great because I think obviously Reva's going to buff the Grand Inquisitors, the Inquisitor faction. The shuttle's going to make that a better way to go. And I was asked by one of my community to please kind of prop up the Inquisitors. I think we're going to see them really come to the fore. And I think when Reva starts coming, I think they will really, really elevate. So actually, when I finish the Profundity farm, I'm actually thinking about going back to the Grand Inquisitor, finishing that off.
God bless you, sir. God bless you, sir, because you ain't gonna enjoy that. Let me tell you.
No, I know. Well, I was kind of halfway through it because I took the second sister up for her ship.
Well, yeah, that's a smart play. Yeah.
And there's only like 4. You know, you only need a few. So it's not a million miles out. I'm actually not a million miles off of it. And actually, when it comes down to Chirotex, you get Chiros about 20 a day, just kind of like by passively playing the game.
What game are you playing, man? Because that sure in the hell ain't me. Man, the Illuminati really
I haven't had to specifically farm Kairos in months.
Yeah, you get...
everything else blocks me first. I get blocked by relics before I get blocked by Kairos.
Yeah, we've got that Jedi temple thing. That just gives you stuff.
So I mean, you get 10 out of there. Like for today, you get 10. But I do when I do my Kartik farms, like from the node. Typically, when we don't have these events and stuff, I'm like if I get 2 to 4, on a 20 pool, it's really bad.
But you're kind of passive. I would say that passively, you're.
It has a decent amount of passive income. Yeah.
There is, but yeah, over a month there is. But I mean, that's enough for maybe like if you look at the Inquisitors, man, those 400 a pop, brother. I mean, that's a lot of Chirotex. Yeah,
it's a lot of passive, but I'll take a lot of passive. But yeah, so I actually think, and I think so I probably will go back. I probably will finish him off. He's a pretty decent offensive character. I'm not too sure he's that good on defense. But I think the shuttle, if that's what it is, I do have 3 months to finish that. So basically what I'll do is, if it is the end of the 3rd Conquest, then we basically have almost, 2.5 months from today, 10 weeks to finish that farm. We'll even get that shuttle.
We're not, we'll have to wait for the shuttle, plus you're going to need Inquisitors eventually for TB. Now, I've told the skewers that I'm going to bite the bullet and show them, me and Clayton both have the Grand Inquisitor and the Inquisitors up and running. Actually, Clayton, this past GAC here, a couple back, he actually beat the shit out of a Jabba GL with just the Inquisitors. It was pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is they are now they are a legit counter, I think, to Jabba.
Yeah, they are that.
With the Datacron.
Yeah, because before I saw that, I'm like, man, Inquisitors are fine. They're okay, right? But for the amount of gear and pain and suffering you go through the event, I just didn't think it was initially worth it. I'm just telling people to go work on other stuff. Because it can beat gas, but so does CLS. And I ain't gonna spend all those card techs and go through the rigmarole of getting the Grand Inquisitor, plus the event itself is just awful. That thing is totally RNG. I don't care what mods you put on and stuff, you just have to get the right RNG. It has nothing to do with anything else. Especially the 3rd, 4th, 5th, the middle fights is the first two you'll be fine. The last one's Kenobi, and you beat the crap out of that. But that Yoda and Fulcrum and Maul and just those fights are ridiculous. So just prepare yourself for that. And then one of the next question, when is Grand Inquisitor coming back? My guess and the guess that we had was end of the month as we get ready for the next Conquest to tie that in. So this is what I think they're going to do, right? I think it is the Inquisitor ship, and I think they're going to drop the event right next to it. So it's like, hey, see, we got this new ship. Why don't you spend some money and get your Grand Inquisitor so you can get the new ship coming up? Because you ain't going to get the event for another how long until we bring it back again. Because they're well past 90 days. I mean, we're going to get into 4 months.
It's definitely out of cadence. The Grand Inquisitor event has gone missing.
Yeah.
And they are obviously doing well. Okay, so that's the rumor we've heard. That's the question. So it's a shame we can't sit there and postulate about a lifter unit or this or that, but that's the strong rumor we've kind of all heard.
Yeah,
so.
I really thought it was going to be Satil Shan until I saw that, and I'm like, that just feels like such a CG move to do that, So, but yeah, just wait for it, Darkseid. It'll be here sooner than you know it. So it's sooner rather than later, right? So it's coming. We just that's our best guess on that. All right, Gaff Peace. This question for the panel. What do you think of all these cliff notes on the... All right, we're past the damn Tom to do the thingy. All right. We covered it. We already know about the Vader Datacron. It's gross. It can beat the crap out of a lot of stuff. So there you go.
Black.
Let's see here. Next question from Fatality V2 says, I unlocked Jabba last night. What's the best modding strat? Don't have them. I'd have to go look at. Let me go look at how Clayton's got him. Actually, I'm going to go look at that right now because he's in my guild. So unless you guys on the panel have an idea, I will go look at this real quick for you, my friend. Stay away from my friends. Where are you? The Karth. There he is. All right, let's see what he's got here on his Jabba. This dude's account's ridiculous. It's like, oh my god. Between him and Meow Meow. So he's got a speed set with a health set. He's a very plumpy boy. It's very fast. With good potency. He just, yeah. So he went speed set, health set. And the stats look like he mainly, health. Health secondaries with speed was the primary thing. You know, tenacity and potency on the secondaries as well here. But yeah, health primaries with speed. Yeah. So there you go. And if you want to look, just go look at his go to Clayton's Karthric SWGOH page, and you can look at that. All right, next question. Let's see here. Nathan H. question: what would the Swedish chef cook for Jabba? Well, I don't know. Han Solo, the spaghetti in the meaty Han Solo. There you go. I'm too hungover to be doing the Swedish chef this week. Oh boy! All right, next question. Let's see. Well, I see the Heli questions coming up, and I'm just terrified. All right, that one, we did that one already. Dark Side question says, where the hell is the Ravager? I've said this a long time, get the panel's thoughts, but I think that was a misdirect. When that leak came out last year about this time, about certain characters and stuff, the first of two leaks that really ended the beta program, everything on there came to fruition except the Ravager. And I think that was put in there just so it didn't seem like it was from the beta program, right? They put they put Ravager in there. I don't know what you guys think, but that's always been my point of that, is that the Ravager was just, I've not heard anything about Ravager ever. I've not seen anything that even indicates to me that we're going to get Ravager. What do you guys think?
I feel it's a red herring.
Mm-hmm.
See, Crumb is notorious for throwing red herrings out there.
Yeah, I don't even
We
think
haven't heard anything
yeah,
since.
this wasn't Crom. This was just the rumor mill, right?
This was in like the
leak.
mix of releases that came with like Qui-Gon Jinn's Omicron, as well as I think the rest of Starkill's requirements.
Yeah, something like that. But then they throw one of the other things that the next ship was going to be the Ravager as part of that leak, right?
Right, but every leak we've had coming up to this over the last 6 years, there's always been one thing that has been off, right? Or that hasn't come to fruition. Everything else may, and then there's one thing that we want, but it never comes to pass, so to speak.
Well, a lot of it is things that are in the beta program and are in testing. A lot of it either gets delayed or just never happens.
Right.
Like we had Hondo in the game archives since day one, and they canceled it for whatever reason all those years ago, and then brought him in now. We've seen that with other things too. Like we had hit. They had like an arcade mode for the raids at one point that also got scrapped. We found somewhere in the database that there was a ship raid involving nuke gun raise capital ships. So like we find stuff all the time like this that CG for whatever reason just eventually says no to.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it got replaced by Profundity because that fit the narrative better for the rest of the things they were trying to do.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Maybe that. Or if it was me, okay, so I'm an R&D scientist. I have people that would occasionally leak things.
Did you kill them?
No, I would make a list of the people that I thought were the leakers, and I would tell them and only them that we were getting the Ravager next. And you know what? If suddenly the leak goes out with the Ravager in it, I know exactly which person was the leaker.
And then you kill them.
Well,
Yes.
no, but I mean,
Oh.
but I would do that, you know, like
James
if,
Bond style, you know.
if there are people that are leaking information, you know, what you do is you give each individual piece of information, or you give them a clue about what, you know, oh God, you know, you've got the 3 that we're definitely getting, and we think we're doing the Ravager next, and you tell someone else you think you're getting the Profundity next. You tell somebody, you know, whatever, just a made up thing that you think they'll bite on, and then that's what I would have done.
Well,
yeah,
maybe they did do that. I don't know, because it's, you know, they
Yeah.
don't tell us what they did. And I mean, your logic's sound they're all this for sure. But I mean, I'd have no idea. Like when the other leak happened with the beta program that ended it, I have no idea who did it. Maybe CG does. I don't know what course of action they took, other than they did get rid of the beta program. But I mean, if they knew who it was, you know, then maybe they took action. I have no idea. So like, they're not gonna publicly tell us that, you know. So you know, but yeah, the
I'd
Ravager.
love it. Okay, can I say, okay, in 20 years' time when this game no longer exists, I'd love them to tell us. I'd love to sit through a book where they actually kind of talk through the stuff. And, you know, because after then, you know, they can get approval just to say, okay, that's what really happened, or that's what we thought in the leak, or, you know, the guy giving away crystals in Eastern Europe, this is what we did, and this, you know, I don't know, you know, like, well, yeah, I mean, these people are damaging the game and damaging the excitement of the puzzles, as we just did on the Inquisitor shuttle. I apologize. But all these things are all kind of like, I'd love to hear their side. I would love to. I think it would be so interesting to hear from the other side, because so often we hear the content creator side, but they never get a rebuttal on it, and they're not allowed to kind of give that rebuttal.
That's the reason.
But it'd be lovely. But
yeah,
it'd be lovely for them to do that.
Well, one day I'll talk about what I did in the beta program and stuff like that, and some things that I've never been able to speak about and stuff. But that ain't today, and it ain't in the near future. So, you know, I'll definitely be in the book there, Aldous. My life as a beta tester by Ranger J 1999. But yeah. All right, Gappy, question for Aldi. What are you planning on using Inquisitors for? Yeah, let's say you get the Inquisitors there. Aldous Signfly of the Flying.
Well, it's going to be gas. I mean, I don't know. I think at the moment.
Let's see. Let's for gas. Why don't you go beat up that filthy slug over there called Jabba the Hutt?
Well, I think that'll be the eventual kind of angle. I think I'd have to look to see. Hopefully, we get to see Reva's kit, and hopefully we get to see the TB. And hopefully we get to see the unlock mechanic and the speed of unlock. I mean, if it's going to be 3 years like Cam, I'm less interested. But if you're able to unlock Reva in like maybe 5 TBs or so, you know, like, so it'll depend all about her launch speed, her launch mechanics, what else they'll do with her, and also what she does to the Grand Inquisitor kit. I think the Ninth Sister is a pretty solid character on its own. Second Sister already has her stuff, has her ship, which it does a lot of damage. So there's some nice kind of stuff in there. So yeah, but probably in the long term, it'll be a Jabba the Hutt hard counter, I think. Yeah. And I know they've got the Datacron at the moment, but giving them the slightest little buff from Reva and a slightest other Datacron that will fit on them, I think probably will be able to make some sort of Jabba the Hutt counter of some sort.
There you go. All right, strap in, fellas, because here we go with the heli questions, and I get to be the first contestant on Heli's Right. Price is Right. God. Question for Ranger. Do you believe that the Geos are good enough at Relic 3 in the endgame, or should you try to be Relic 5 for us old-timers? As a free-to-play gamer, I got to be mindful where I spend my resources. This was a legit question. I'm shocked. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't even know if I can answer this. Oh, boy. Wow, that was a serious, well thought out, constructed question from Heli. Okay. There's a couple of higher relics in the Geos never hurts. I wouldn't go past Relic 5, maybe GBA, but that's just because of the tank, getting these extra stats on the tank. But Relic 5 is fine. Relic 3 actually is fine. Yeah, remember they're also Soldier, Spy, and Sunfac are all ships, and that really does help you with your malevolence counter, especially when you're taking on this new Empire with the ships. Even mine at Relic 3 can take it on. So you're pretty solid at Relic 3. Now, if they're a little bit higher Relic, it's not going to make that big of a difference. They have their purposes in GAC. But you have to be very particular. They're not like it was when they first came out or here in the past where you could use geos. You can still use them on certain teams. If I see a new separatist team down, I'm like, well, that's getting geoed, because that's just easy money. But yeah, you have to be kind of careful with them, with their kits. But yeah, 3 to 5 is about what you need them. And if they're at 3, you're okay. I mean, you can take GB up higher. Now with Datacrons being a thing right now, maybe you take them to Relic 5, GBA to Relic 7 if they ever get a Datacron. But that's a lot of Relic investments on a team that you can get away with at Relic 3. That for all the other characters that need that goddamn Relic 5 and 7, trust me, man, it's a tough call. So just stick with Relic 3 right now. You'll be okay. You can do the ships. All right, who's next? Oh God, it's out. Calvin Awesome, you ready? Prepare yourself. I don't know if this is going to be a good question or a crazy question. Look at Alan's over there scratching his head like, oh Christ, what am I gonna get? Don't worry, you're coming there, buddy. Question for the awesome Calvin. I gave my Savage Press the nom nom nom, but I don't have the Savage specific data cron. Am I being not awesome?
There is no Savage
I
Datacron.
say, what the hell? Yeah.
I mean, there's the one from the last set that's about to disappear that cuts his defense to turn it into offense.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's probably good if you're wanting to take him on offense and have him actually kill things rather than just be a monstrous tank. But I would say by that metric alone, that doesn't make you not awesome.
No. Your psychotic questions you ask sometimes makes you not awesome, but so far he's 2 for 2, legit questions. I'm pretty impressed. Let's see if he can continue it on. This is pretty good stuff from Helly. All right, question for the Sunfly on the beach. There's some from Hella next to you, Sunfly. He says, question for the Sunfly to ever fly over sand. He says, I need to finish Maul. I can unlock him after the next Conquest ends in this event thingy, if I refresh the Maul thingy once. Should I? Should he go for Maul?
Maul is amazing. Incredible character, but I am just against refreshing those. Is it Proving Grounds, I presume we're talking about?
A lot of crystals.
I just hate the crystal to refresh rate of those is terrible compared to what else you can do elsewhere. Because once you unlock them, you're then gearing them and gearing a million other people. I'd take the 10 shards, I'd keep the crystals, and I'd wait the month, if I'm honest. But Maul is brilliant. Maul is, he is an incredible character, but I simply just hate. I think those Conquest refreshes are overpriced by probably
the Proving Grounds.
Twice.
Yeah,
The Proving Grounds.
Stay normal, man.
Yeah, considering how you get the character for almost free in Conquest, by a little bit of it.
You don't if you miss it.
Well, yeah, well, that's what I mean. Is like you've got these people like me that are getting these people first time Ben Solo, first time through in Conquest, doing some refreshes, 100%, but nothing compared to what they're then asking you for Proving Grounds to then refresh. So I think Proving Grounds. I think CG needs to go away and rethink the pricing of Proving Grounds and the timing of Proving Grounds, and probably half both.
Yeah, I can't stand the Proving Grounds. I think it is just weak sauce, man. And these are characters that have been out for a year now, right?
Yeah.
And the one that really chaps my ass is Ahsoka, right? I mean, Cat, because the other one you can still see in the store and stuff, but she's nowhere to be seen. She's the one, and then she's one of the most important characters, and she's one of the older ones that's in Proving Grounds. It's like, God dang, man, what are we doing? But
then did they not just randomly give us the Razor Crest shards?
Yeah, but they're not doing that with Ahsoka. Razor Crest,
But that's, I mean, no, like they keep.
Yeah.
They've done it before.
But they do.
They've given cash shards before.
But they keep sort of randomly changing whatever their cadence is, and therefore that's why I think that refresh is terrible. It's just as likely, to be honest, that they suddenly give you a Maul free shards for no apparent reason, as So no, I certainly wouldn't. A good question.
It's less of a pain in the ass to go get a GL than it is to get Cat. That's how ridiculous that is.
And quicker.
Very, because you just get go boom, boom. Do you have to farm the tickets? But I mean, Jesus, at least if you stay to it, you're gonna get it. Cat, you're kind of like, you got to save. What is it? 2,200 per
20.
Yeah,
for
something like
20,
that.
right? And you can do it 3 times. So that's 6,600 crystals. I mean, my God in heaven. I mean, that's just ludicrous, man. And it's a character it's been over a year. You know, all your other characters, whether they're marquee and stuff, you know, minus the GLs and legends, you can go, they're expedited. You know, these aren't legendary characters or conquest characters. Now, if they're in the same vein as a legendary character, then make it more accessible to the player base. I don't understand that mentality at all. You know, we were talking about this the other day on the stream. When you give people access to things that they can get quicker, it makes them more motivated to spend and try to get the stuff quicker. When you cock block them like this with this kind of crap, it's very demotivating. You know, we had a couple players saying, "I've got GMK, but it's going to take me about 6 months to get cat." You know, it's like, Jesus.
Then my question is, why did you get JMK if you knew you were a years away?
They
from
didn't
getting
know.
Cat?
They didn't know, man.
Like that, and at a certain point, an aspect of planning does come into it. Like,
well, I agree.
I put R8 on Cassian way too early myself, and like, well, that was a waste. I'm not going to be able to get Adrat to Relic 9 for forever.
Yeah, I do think you're talking. I mean, I do think there is if you're on the semi crest of a wave where these things are coming out and you can at least have a go at them, then you have a much better vision about what's going on. But I do think there's a wave of players that are coming across these sorts of situations. And this is just specifically what Proving Grounds should be appealing to. You know, they should be getting there thinking,
cheaper.
wow, but it's just an awful price that you're like, God, no. I mean, you'd be better whaling somehow on the Conquest and getting past, you know, than...
Which I think is the idea.
Yeah, it is the idea. They just...
Well... It becomes smarter. I mean, literally, Proving Grounds is so bad and that cost is so expensive that it does become.
Well, I've been telling people, you know, if you have a couple GLs and you can get CLS and gas up, you can do pretty damn well in hard node with the Conquest.
Well, and you really just need to focus on Gold Crate. Like don't if like for Ben Solo, a lot of people don't have Ray. They're like, oh, I just don't care about this Conquest. I'm like,
you need to care.
just get Gold Crate. Like, don't push yourself to like do the agonizing feats to get Red Crate. Because if you get gold, you don't have to touch Proving Grounds at all.
Yeah,
you get the character in 6 months,
yeah,
and you're done. If you're like doing nothing, then you're getting the character in 3 years.
Yeah,
because you're going to come up with 0 shards. You're going to have to wait a year to do Proving Grounds, and then you're going to have to do Proving Grounds for a few years if you're not spending crystals. So
yeah, I agree.
And I should say,
and I know some people just can't do that. Like there are people with 2 million GP accounts, but I guess they don't even have access to Proving Grounds anyways.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have to be 4 million.
I'm kind of. So I love Conquest, but their move now to these grindy feats are actually kind of allowing people at lower levels. You know what? So they've just done Rey and Kylo, so it's odds on we're going to get C and JML as kind of the next kind of like, okay, grind out 40 Jedi ones and 40.
That is not what's going to happen. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't think
it's going to be Hutt Cartel.
Hutt Cartel
and yeah, it's going to be that.
Those will be the 10 or 20 you need to get the red crate. But the main heart of it, I think, this time will be the second 2 GLs, and I think we'll kind of see 40 battles of Sith, 40 battles of Jedi, and you know what? If you have like a decent, but no, I do think it's worth. It makes Conquest more and more valuable putting time and effort into it. And watching the incredible stuff that comes out from content creators about how to cheat them, how to Well,
it's just a grind, man. I mean, but the thing that this last one that really was like, damn, man, that's just evil. A lot of people will go for SLKR. You know, they're around 5-6 million, right? Raise on the bottom of the tier to go for, right? Because they're going to get C, so they can get Executor. They're going to work on SLKR because they get the fleet, and it's a really good early GL for Rays and things of that nature. Then they're thinking like JML. They're thinking JMK. Those are the ones that they want to go for next, right? Ray is not on there, and so when they had the feats with all that stuff, I was like, oh man, that's just mean, man. That is totally mean. Because for me, Conquest, it's just the grind. I just find it boring and monotonous. Now, some of the boss fights and stuff like that I find enjoyable. It's a little bit of a challenge to figure it out and stuff. But you know, grinding those every day, it's not, you know, doing the battles is okay, but when you're grinding, you know, 40 battles with resistance, 40 battles with the First Order, and then you tie in the characters where you have to pick one. You can't do them both at the same time. You have to do the Rey Kylo fights, which was 20, and then but you need Kylo and his papa to do 20. I'm like, all right, y'all just being cruel. This is horrible, man. You can't do that. And there's a lot of people frustrated because they just didn't have Rey, and so I get their frustration on it. But yeah, I don't know. Conquest, for me, I don't mind Conquest now. It's just more of like, what's the character? Like, I'll do it. I always get Red Crate, just as you said, we're content creators. I'm going to go in there. Like, I didn't really need Red Crate this last time. I could have gotten, like one of the early crates and been done with Bensuelo. But, people want to see me do the fights, and they ask questions, and so you go in there and you
get the people they want, Ranger.
Yeah, slam your head against the wall.
Can I just say what frustrates me about Conquest is that I loved Conquest when they launched it because you had the puzzle of the data discs.
Yeah.
You also had the hard path that gave you a better data disc and therefore a better chance at the puzzle. See, this Conquest, I just stuck on any damn data discs, and it was because I was using Rey and so because they almost gave up on the hard path, they gave up on the puzzle of the data discs, they gave up on so much and just went back to a grind.
I think there's still a lot of puzzle in the feats, like Ranger was saying. There's a ton of overlap in this one with like Rey and Kylo. You had to really pay attention to what order you were going to do things in, or you just weren't going to be able to do it. So I like that puzzle aspect of it.
That was good, but they've moved completely away from the hard path and the importance of the data discs. Like you no longer need two of these, one of those, and like you could just toss any on and you would still get the red crate. And I think it's really sad to see them move away from that because that was something that I thought I really liked that about the early ones.
Well, the problem is that it was the randomness of the data disk, and they're still getting the same ones overlapping with each other. And I just don't know why they haven't fixed this because there's no choice. Because if you get into some of those, like I always do the hard path when it comes to like I'll go up to get the data disk so I can see what data disk I have. But if it's two of the same one in one of the notes, like, well, thanks for nothing. It's like, gee, thank you.
They need to make it guaranteed. They need to make the top.
Well, they've done that a few times. They put the data disk behind certain feats so you can always get them if you need to.
Yeah, there's that, but it's just there's some stuff that could be done with Conquest. I think could make it even could make it funner, but it is what it is.
I think it's about where it is for them to A, make money off of it, and B, not be
exactly
intolerable. I think where we're at with this last one is where they found their balance.
Yeah, and I'm just warning you guys, if you don't think Hutt Cartel is going to be all over this next 3 conquests,
it'll be the same as the Inquisitors.
Say Inquisitors are going to be big time in there, and so are the Hutt Cartel. Just prepare yourself. So, next question for my guy BCM. As a fellow bearded SWGOH gamer, I must commend your awesome beard. Do you use any beard oils? And if yes, which ones? My beard game needs an improvement as my SWGOHing does. Okay.
Oh, I do use beard oil. I just don't remember which one it is right now.
What are we talking about?
I'll get back to you on that one, Helly.
Oh my God.
That's a good question.
God. All right, we're past. Well, no, he says I'll be lurking while working in case I get busy and I don't have a chance to chat much today. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Well, thank you there, Helly. Thank you for your questions. You were 3 for 4. That last one, bearded stuff. You lost me there, buddy. You lost me.
Hey, it's Helly.
It's Helly.
We haven't talked in a while.
Well, get a room. Darsign 72 question says, given how the last few events have been an RG fest for the panel, how concerned are you that the new TB will be just RNG? In my opinion, CG has gotten lazy and code these events poorly. I have no idea. I mean, we don't know enough about that TB other than we've seen a picture. That's all we know, that there's a new TB and we saw a picture and we've had little...
What does he mean by recent events though?
I have no idea.
Like, I feel like I've been hearing everybody say that all events are RNG ever since the Chewbacca event. I'm not...
Well,
is there somebody... I guess maybe the Inquisitor thing?
I think the Malevolence was weird. The Inquisitor one was RNG.
Malevolence?
Sorry. Profundity?
Oh, Profundity was totally orange. That thing was awful.
It's like some of the unlock events.
Yeah, the unlock events.
I think he's saying that some of the unlocks are being random. I mean, I agree with them. I think what I struggle with is the weird randomness of why it's suddenly hard, as though there isn't a strategy, and it's just kind of like,
It's just...
we'll launch this.
I feel like
now.
that's the norm. I feel like fewer legendary events actually are about strat, and like Jedi, Luke, Malik.
I prefer
Malik
them
was
being the
very
puzzle. Malik was the best one. I love
God, I
Malik.
love Malik.
That's what I'm saying, but they're not the norm. Like typically,
They should be, man, because that Inquisitor event is straight up garbage, man. That shit was crazy hard and just total RNG, and I was very frustrated. It took me 4 hours to get through it. You know, and it wasn't even like. What was frustrating is you go in and you have to face the Grand Inquisitor before each of the other battles.
Yeah, that's
he takes you out sometimes, and then you got to start over again. And I'm just looking at this like, why is this a thing, man? You know, it's bad enough you made the boss fights after the Grand Inquisitor ridiculous, but I have to get through him as he gets more powerful each phase, and you know, he would wipe me out. And I had the relics, I had like, you know, I put my god mods on and I was still getting smoked. And I was like, this is stupid. I just had to sit there like, okay, here we go. It's RNG. I just have to get the right RNG at the right time to beat this, you know? And you might get lucky and you might get one of them where you beat it early, but you're going to get caught where you're going to be sitting there for about an hour, hour and a half, sitting there going, I can't beat this unless I get the RNG, you know? And I just don't think that's a good player experience, you know? I think that's where that laziness comes from. It's like, that seems a little lazy. Like, we could have made this a lot more interesting and fun. And I remember, you know, that I enjoyed immensely, mainly for the cinematics. Like, I remember doing the BAM stuff wasn't hard, but it was cinematic.
No, it was, I mean, you could,
God,
if the auto button was there, you could have pushed it.
Yeah, but it had a purpose because it was cinematic and you relived. If you'd seen the show, it was really awesome. And I liked the Jedi Knight Luke event for that purpose as well. Went through the journey of Luke. It was really cool. Malik, we talked about, was a puzzle that I really enjoyed trying to figure out. It took me a couple hours to beat that one, but I loved it because it was like, okay, I'm just sitting there with Loki, like, we're trying to figure this out and trying different things, but we were invested, right? The Grand Inquisitor one, I was like, I'm having gas flashbacks and I don't like this. You know, I was sitting there going with gas, get molested, back out, go back in, get molested by gas, back out. All right, you know, that's the stuff where I'm just like, I think we can do better, right? I'm not asking for much, but just make it an interesting kind of style of game that's, you know, if you're going to make us put all this gear and stuff on these characters, give us an event that's, you know, worthy of that, you know? I don't know.
They're kind of hit and miss on their events because
They
some
really
of them
are.
are really great, but others are just like the Chewie event was just, I mean, well, okay, let me rephrase that. The Chewie event before we got a couple of the new bounty hunters was horrid.
Yeah.
Now that we got Grief and Mando, it's a walk in the park.
Yeah.
The Ewok event,
I like
the
the
3PO
Chewbacca
event was kind of.
I like 3PO too.
Yeah, they were
was
fine.
rough.
They were fine, but I mean, you had to have the bright pieces and stuff. But yeah, I didn't mind those so much. The ones that give me, well, Thrawn back in the day was just bad, awful.
Old school Ranger.
Well, I know, but I'm going through all the events. Like the Thrawn one was garbage because they literally dropped the characters the day of when he came out, so it was so brutal. The gas is horrid. Even today, people struggle with that event when they go for it, and they don't want to do it because
It's actually gotten a little bit easier since this change. I was never able to I could barely beat it beforehand. I was able to 3-star it after they quote unquote nerfed him.
Yeah, but it's still for players coming in. I've helped some people with it. You know, they've got good, decent relics on their characters. I just like, you have to get the right RNG here. If you do, then this will be a smooth event. You'll win and it'll be fine. But if not, we're going to be here for a little bit.
Yeah, the gas event is phase 4 is hard mainly because
it's phase 4. Yeah, it's not phase 2 because phase 2 is just
Saj has no synergy with the team you put her, or that they make you use her with.
Yeah,
she has no synergy with those droids, so it's like there's no leadership there anyways.
Well, that's the thing that pissed me off about the recent event with Profundity. It's like, the two ships we need the most,
you can't use. Yeah.
You can't use. That's like,
that was everybody's complaint about the Executor event.
Yeah, the same thing with Executor.
You can't use Razor Crest.
It's like, what the hell?
It's Xander Blood. Sorry.
Yeah.
Xanadu.
Yeah, it was like, what the hell, man? I was like, what are we doing? Oh God.
But then once you get to like 6 stars, you just auto it. So it's
Yeah,
whatever.
once both ships get to
Right.
6 stars, you're good. So my thing I've been telling people is just save your crystals, and just ignore those because I'll save you because Whale 73 actually did it. It took him hours to get profundity unlocked from 4 to 6 stars, I believe. And because once you get them 6, you get because you're lacking the abilities on the capital ship as well. So you don't have some of the ships, and you don't have those main abilities, where they need to be, so you can take advantage of the ship. But yeah, oh boy, yeah, that's not.
Can I say
Yeah,
the
go for
biggest? I was just going to talk about the laziness. What I think is so lazy, and this is the one thing I really hate, is gating stuff behind a relic level. And there's things in the Geonosian TB that is gated behind R5. You don't. Is it GP? Okay,
It's GP,
It's
but I think
always
same
GP.
difference.
Yes, it's
You
same
put you
thing.
high enough, and you have to be R5.
Yeah.
Let me play the new TB. Like don't have it frozen out because let me take in my R1 and R2 Grand Inquisitor. Let me take in let me go in and fail so I can learn from it, but don't let me open it and only be able to do one battle because you've decided that instead of doing cheat detection, you're going to instead gate it behind a level, which that to me is the most lazy thing they do recently is gate stuff behind a relic level or a power. I'd love to see them address that.
Well, it's not so much. It's a little bit of that, all this, but it's money because they're trying to.
I was gonna
force
say,
you
I don't think it's
spend.
really lazy.
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, but it's mainly the money, man.
They're trying to force the spend.
Yes, like with
I mean,
Inquisitors, what they're doing with Inquisitors and what they're doing with Hutt Cartel. If you want to do the Galactic Challenges, or we got the next Conquest coming up, you want the ship, or you want this, or you want that. We're gonna have all these events that have like with Jabba, they've got the new Smugglers Run too that's out there. You got to go get Hutt Cartel.
I mean, okay.
I mean, it's just forget, but they got that one special mission locked behind Jabba Relic 3. It's like, are you kidding me?
Well, I mean, to me,
what are you doing with Jabba? Not at least Relic 3 though. That's another question.
I don't know.
I don't have
Jabba.
I mean, but Buzzle says that to me, the gating is prevent cheating. It's prevent people taking in and using various hacks to be able to beat an event they shouldn't be able to beat. I think it would be very, very easy to tune that event so that if you didn't genuinely have R5 or a certain power, you wouldn't be able to beat it. I mean,
and then everybody calls the event RNG because they can't beat it with their Gear 12s.
Well,
you can't.
But as long as you have the Ackley mission, you say sort of recommended R5, and it is possible with R3 and R1 and various mixes and various stuff. But let people have a go. You're still allowed to fight the Ackley and try and get a cam mission, cam shard, and people are enjoying that because it is a good thing to do. I want them to do that more. I would hate it if the next TV just came out with a load of locked missions. Is the one I think that's lazy to me.
They're doing the same thing with Datacrons that they're doing with with gear. If you want to use Datacrons, you got to invest in relics. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The minimum you have to have is Relic 3, and if you want to use the upper stuff, you have to have Relic 5 and Relic 7, which means you got to be patient and wait, and can't use them even though you're getting them, or you invest. That's just the way they're doing stuff right now. It's like the Galactic Challenges, it's like Conquest, it's like everything. So it ain't going away.
I get them trying to push the monetization and trying to make things hard, but making it hard doesn't mean it has to be hard gated. At no point is there a mission that says you must have the TB Omicron from Skiffley or whatever. I just think there's I think the laziness is gating stuff behind level and GP.
Sure.
I think they should just make it hard. That's my opinion.
All right. OBZ question.
I tend to side with you, Aldous.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't have any problems with that whatsoever.
Yeah,
and if somebody does beat it and they're Gear 12, man, the CG just needs to bring the hammer back.
Props to them.
Yeah, but I mean, if they cheat, then CG's got to do a better job of.
Yeah, that's a different problem, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, but they don't, and so here we are. OBZ question: I have 3 Omnis, and I'm about to unlock Starkiller. Should I put them all in him, or save one for Savage? Oh, this is an easy one. Save
All
one
three?
for Savage. No, you don't need all
No?
three.
Alright.
No, not even close. You definitely need Force Unleash. I do like the AoE Dispel, but the other one, the Force Throw, you don't need it. Even the second one you don't need because you really don't get
Yeah.
the benefits. Now the second ability, the AoE Dispel, comes in very handy, but you don't get the benefits until he's in Force Unleashed. But if he's in Force Unleashed, that means he just dropped a Star Destroyer and they're mostly dead. So what's the point, you know? So you just do the main ability, you know, Force Unleash, and then or there's just much conflict in you, and then you can put one on Savage. And if you want to put a second one on him for the AoE Dispel, that's fine, but save the other one because you really don't need it. I mean, I've got him, but it's kind of pointless.
They're wildly niche. Both
Yeah.
of Starkiller's extra ones, they might be the two quote unquote worst second and third Omnis for GC. Like I would do both of Malgus's and both of Ben's before I would touch his.
Yeah, Malgus for sure, man. He's really creamy. Let's see. What else do I need? 3. Is the Sandfly saying that he won't kill them? They just happen to be dead when someone found them. Like maybe they choked on their soup. It could happen to anyone. He's talking about your R&D stuff from earlier.
Yeah.
Accidents happen. Accidents do happen.
I don't know how the Strychnine got into his soup, officer. It's just you know.
No idea.
Well, that's
I just got the soup.
Craziness, I'm telling you. That's why I said some James Bond stuff. Da 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 da. All the Sandfly, 003. Settle Dagger, what's going on, buddy? Let me get your question here. He says, question, is there any double tap option against GMK, Cat, Gas, GK, and Ahsoka? I have SLKR Cheese, Imperial Troopers, GMK without Cat, Wampa, Darth Vader with level 6 Datacron that reduces cooldowns, no Jedi Knight Revan. Well, one thing that we used to do, I don't know if you guys still do this, is the Bounty Hunter smack, where you go in there with or lead, you immediately annihilate Cat. You're going to lose boss because Cat's still going to do her thing, but you just go in there, get the payout, which you can do very fast, and then you nuke Cat, and then you can go in there with your own GMK and take it out.
Yep.
If that's an option. But if that's not an option with the things that he's got, I just listed out. Oh boy.
I think SLKR is no issue if you can snipe Cat.
Yeah. If you don't have the bounty hunters,
Then that becomes a lot more complicated.
because Wampa ain't doing shit. Darth Vader, you got the level 6 Datacron. You can't do that one because
If you have Echo, you can make that work.
possibly, yeah. I'm thinking about this.
I've done that before. If you go in and you rip all the tenacity and the foresight off, and then you're able to do everything you need to do.
So what team would it be then with Echo?
So you need a pre-taunt. You theoretically probably need 2 actually, because
Yeah.
they have Ahsoka in there to clear 1. Probably 2 pre-taunts, and then Vader himself obviously does Kron, and then Echo or someone who can just wipe all the debuffs. I like Echo because he's fast, but in theory you could use Scion.
Yeah.
Or maybe he won't taunt immediately, so he would work.
Yeah. So there's some options. It's not a lot of good options though. When you're facing the GMK team, you need a GL to take it on. And I mean, SLKR, you can do it, but I mean the it's a tough fight, man. It's a tough fight. But if you can go in there with the SLKR cheese, that might be your best option with what you put here. Other than that, then try to take out Cat if, like we just mentioned, the teams, and then go in there with your own GMK. It'd be a 2-shot. So.
Yeah,
All right.
I think with that one, you need a fast slacker.
Yeah, you really do, because you
can't use the offensive slacker with that. You need the fast one.
Yeah, because that's the time when that comes in. Go ahead, Aldous.
No, so Gas isn't on the lead. I was just going to say Gas in there makes it even harder because it's kind of like
Yeah, it's Gas on that team too. That makes it even more difficult. So yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to get armor shredded. So SLKR is also going to get a little bit of a problem eventually. You know, you're going to end up getting armor shredded as well. So
yeah, you could use the cheese on it, but yeah, you need a fast slacker. Neo Venom question: how much Swevin could a Datacron Swevin if a Datacron could Swevin? Neo Venom, I will stab you with a rusty spoon right in your
7
finger,
times.
bastard. I mean, I know I'm the Admiral Commodore Redbeard of the Swevin Fleet of the Swevin Seas, but that's enough of that nonsense. Tom Blow Dry, the man with the best fro in the business. This question for BCM. I've never been to a barber. Should I go and see if my beard becomes majestic? Oh my God.
Who wrote that question?
Tom Blow.
That's funny.
God.
Well, to be honest, I've never been to a barber either. Just keep
You
your trim,
just
use
use
your
essential
beard oil.
oils. Yeah. and
Yeah,
that's all it
make
is.
sure it's clean.
Yeah. Get the
Do you
food
think
out of
essential
there.
oils, Ranger?
Yeah, essential oils. Yeah. I don't have one, but I just like saying essential oils. Dark. Can't believe we had all these weird questions today. Darsign 1972 question. A follow-up to my RNG question. What I mean is that CG is lazy as the unlock events should be on par with Jedi Luke or CLS. The new resources to Relic, I shouldn't have to battle 5 hours. No, that's true. I mean, I just went through that with the Great Inquisitor. So
That's fair.
Yeah.
Like if Jedi Luke is your standard, that's they're falling significantly short.
Oh,
that
yeah.
event is freaking good.
I love that one. Yeah, it was really good. Darcyan 1910, and we did that one. No, it's another follow-up. Okay. Follow-up question 2. Since CG seeks to be coding as so random and super pissed health damage, etc., it concerns me the new TV will be so much more over the top. We don't know yet. I don't know how over the top this new TV is.
Okay, so can a positive? Okay, I want to give the new TV is designed to be modular.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's good.
If there is something in there, I think again, like we always say, we give them feedback. Hopefully they listen, and then hopefully it switches out after 3 months and it moves to pure Hutt curtail. So I do think, unlike the other, because they always used to say in the past they were never going to do another TB because it was a static thing and it became out of date. They've obviously revisited that and are now kind of moving more to our Conquest world where they can slot in different things. And I think that gives us hope that if there is something that's a little bit out there, or inverted commas too easy for them or too hard for us, we might see it replaced and we'll see some tuning, I think.
Yeah. I think it's got some possibilities. Now, for the level of difficulty, this sucker's going to be hard. I mean, I just prepare yourself, and it's going to be super, super difficult. And we already know somehow, some way, Relic 10 is going to be tied into this thing. So we saw that the kit with Omega with her stuff, and it's like, okay, it's coming, So just be ready. It's going to be nasty. But you know what? If it's hard, but it's challenging, but it's fun, I don't mind the difficulty of it, right? Because that's what you want. But if it's just like the Inquisitor event was, and all these battles where it's just stupid and RNG, then I'm going to be upset. But if it's like, creative and it's just, tough fights and figuring out certain things, then that works for me. It can be difficult, but yeah, I don't mind that. And really good point that it's modular. They can change it and move stuff around. And I think this is a smart play from CG to have something that can change, that they can change. It doesn't it's not like the other TVs where it's like, get your characters to a certain level and beat it. Like Darkside TB. I mean, Darkside TB, it's nothing. I mean, you just go in there for us right now. Now, it's different level for different guilds, but once you get to that certain point, it's just repetitive. Now, I think with this one, it's going to be kind of different. Go ahead, BC.
Well, as long as they don't lock it behind like they did with Lightside, where you can't 3-star these ships because there's just not enough GP around.
Yeah, that sucks. Oh boy.
That's a very specific issue too.
Yeah,
it is. They need to. That's one thing they need to change, but.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't lock it like they did that.
Gav P question: what beats the Asajj Omicron in GAC?
Everything that beat it before.
Yeah. I can't.
If you have bounty hunters or troopers or any other thing with a permakill, yeah, just don't let them go. Don't let them go wild.
Butzel says, question, having a hard relic or OP gate means people can't just APK hack and get something they have no business having. That's true. But then again, people that are going to cheat and do that crap anyway are going to do it anyway. So.
And and it just becomes a solution to a genuine problem, but that shouldn't be the solution.
Yeah.
I think the solution for me is to give us a medium to low, like you can't enter unless you're Relic 1, okay? But we recommend Relic 5. So the APK people we're only not liking them because they're going in with Gear 1, Level 1 zombies.
Well, I don't
and
like them because they turn on the APK. I don't care what they
yeah,
do.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
no, but you know what I mean? Like, so, but nobody's sort of, there's a much smaller group of people, I don't know, but I'm guessing there's very few of these people that are playing the game for a very, 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 very long time to get into the relics, and then they're, you know, so I would like them to give us like a relic 1, relic 2 cap, but you know, we don't like the cheats. They are awful. I'm not sure that giving us a relic 7 to even enter a battle is really going to work for me.
Yeah, if they had a low relic on it, I'm okay with that. But it's
Yeah, like a
difficult.
low relic to stop
Yeah,
you
that could work.
taking in a Gear 1 or a Gear 2. I mean,
Yeah.
it's, you know,
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you know if they want to have, and yeah, that's fine. I'm okay with that. Buzzsaw question: why are they introducing a new TB, setting an all-time online game record? No one has fully completed the most recent TB released December 2019. I heard a rumor. I don't know where I heard this from. Someone told me that CG has said that they were thinking or something might do this, where they're going to lower the requirements for the light side TB that's out right now because it's so astronomically ridiculous. Like Calvin just mentioned, the ship. I mean, everybody, now that we got profundity, we go in there and we all beat the battles now because we freeze up our negotiators. You know, you might get RNG on the negotiator fight, but for the most part, we beat the battles, and we're not even sniffing 2 stars in the last phase of phase 4. It's a GP thing, and even the characters are not quite there either for the GP, right? Even if with the counts that we have, we're just not even able to get another star with that. I heard that they were going to do that. Have you guys heard anything like that? Or, I mean, they need to do it because it's pretty sad when you go in there, beat all the battles, and best you can do, unless you have crazy GP, is 6 stars, 7 stars at the max, I think is what the top end guilds are getting.
They're able to max ground and then get 2 on fleet, like the max guild. But and it's not, they need to fix it. They can't wait because the amount of GP that we need for fleet right now, it's not like 1 capital and 5 starfighters.
No.
I did the math about it. I think like 6 to 9 months ago. It's double what we have in game right now. We're talking like 7, 8 capital ships and 50 starfighters. It's not even remotely close. We will probably, the game will probably end before GP naturally gets there.
Yeah, so we'll see what they do with it. I mean, we'll see what the new TB, what that brings, and then we'll see if they go back and revamp some of the GP requirements on this other one. Maybe they never do. I have no idea what they're going to do with the light side GOTB. I know they said when it came out that they wanted to make this so ridiculous because they needed time.
I think that was an oversight, though. Like,
yeah,
the difficulty I get, but the number on that, I think they legitimately, that was an oopsie.
Somebody made a mistake.
Yeah, well, they said that they were making it that high GP because they needed like some time to work on other things and stuff, and they made it that way so it would last longer because with what had happened with Darkside TB, it's like, okay, great.
I hope they've learned from it, and as they switch out the different modules, they're able to also switch the values of the battles or switch the targets, because like you say, that was clearly put in as a stretch goal on a Friday afternoon, just to fill that in, with no real plan as to how anyone's ever going to get there, just to tell their bosses, no one will ever beat this. I guarantee you in a year's time, no one, so I hope they've learned from that, and I hope they're going to flex not just the sectors, but also the scores you get per wave, the final targets, and they're able to kind of balance it so that it's where it is relevant today. And then in 2 years' time, we're sitting here going, it's still relevant. We're still, I want to kind of see that. I want to see that.
Yeah, I think so too. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's what it is. All right. Well, I think we're caught up on questions. Wow.
Good job, guys.
Wow. Way to go, guys. We did a great job. You did hard work.
We win.
We won live. I can tell you what this boy's doing as soon as he gets done, man. I'm going back to sleepy, man. Oh, that Heinz stream really takes it out of you. It's the funnest stream ever, but my God. Oh, boy. All right, we got some more questions in here. All right. Dark Science's question: are new raids dead? I've heard that Crumb said no new raids ever, but then I've also heard Crumb said raids may be a possibility. Any thoughts from the panel? Yeah, I've heard both. It's kind of confusing. I don't know.
I didn't hear ever, but I do remember them asking about the raid they were working on, and they told everyone that it's no longer in the works, and they had no immediate plans for raids. So I I don't think they're dead, but yeah, don't expect one for at least a year minimum.
Yeah. The new TB is what they're mainly focused in on, and I don't think we're getting any new raids, which is kind of sad. I mean, I know why, because when I was talking to Crumb when I was had him on the stream, we were talking about that, and it's because you spent all these resources to create this event, and then it's beaten in like 2 weeks. And
Well,
then
yeah,
it's
that was
just-
the disappointment of a Heroic Sith raid. It was beaten in less time than it took them to make it, which that's not a sustainable model.
No.
for us.
So yeah, but I mean, if they could come up with, say, if this new TB is kind of like you say, it's organic, it can change and stuff. Maybe do the same thing with raids, right? Come up with some kind of just generalized raid, ship raid. I don't care, but make it to where you can change it and move stuff around, and give different rewards and things of that nature. I think I think if they could pull that off with raids, I don't know if they can or not, or it's feasible, but I think that would be pretty dope. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up this TB that I'm interested to see how it's going to play. Like, what are they going to do differently than they didn't do before? What are they going to try? And I don't mind them trying stuff at all. Get in there, see what works, what doesn't work, but be quick on it and make adjustments accordingly. That'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see. I'm kind of excited for the new TB. It looks like it's got some potential there. Will they meet that potential? I don't know, but we'll see, right?
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think we all agree that, I mean, I think the raids are not something they want to put time into, but I'd love for them to do. They've got the HSTR, the tank one. It's just sitting there doing nothing. You've got most of all the models in there. Jump in there and give us a mythic tier of that. I think test the model, see what sort of engagement you get if you soup that tank up, if you give all the droids buff immunity, or just kind of, I don't know. I'd love to give an intern in CG a job and say, right, here's your heroic Sith raid, right? You've got different phases with different bosses. Go off, design me something, and then come back and propose it. And I do think those puzzles are good. I do think the heroic Sith, they talk about content becoming obsolete. Well, you've got content you could kind of respray with a slightly harder level to keep it relevant longer and longer. Yeah, I would certainly do that. I would do that rather than create a new cartel, whatever those things are we get every galactic challenge. Yes, I'd love to see them do that, just as a practice, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I would be fine with that. Darth Sign 1972 question: can we say 2022 is the year of character releases? I'm having Deja on Revan. LOL. What year would I don't think we've had as many character releases as, say, what was it, 2019, where we had the year of the Marquee.
This is number 2.
I'd say, for me, I'm saying this is the year of the ship, because we've had more ships released this year than we've ever had before. And
it's our shipload of content.
It is definitely, definitely meeting that criteria, because I was so hesitant to say, because I said last year was going to be the year of this ship, and I completely whiffed on that prediction. The one prediction I really missed on all the stuff we predicted last year. But yeah, this year is definitely, we had 6-7 ships, plus if we get the Grand Inquisitor, I mean, yeah, a lot of ships. They've been shipping hard this year. I don't know if it's character releases, because what have we've had
Character release, we're in second place right now, Ranger.
second place, really?
This year only loses to what you were saying, the Jedi Knight Revan year, where they did like the whole solo squad Jedi Knight Revan, started on the Darth Revan Rex. I think we also got like a bunch of bounty hunters and Sith. Like that was
the
that
scoundrels. Oh boy, so crazy. I think it was
All the old
2018.
Republic,
Yeah, because that was the year.
It probably was 2018.
Yeah, that's the year Solo came out, because we had all the smuggler scoundrels come out, young Lando, young Han, because we had all these different marquees and factions coming in. And remember, we were sitting here scratching our head like we thought we were going to get a Darth, old Maul, from the movies, like a legendary or something.
Dryden boss or something.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking, and because we didn't know which direction we were going. There was so many characters to farm, it was ridiculous. So that's interesting. I didn't know that was second to that one. Yeah, I don't know if they'll ever top that one. Please don't try, CG. That was nightmare.
I kind of like it. I kind of like a giant influx of characters, even if I can't get them all.
Well, it's not that I can't get them all, but it's like, God damn it, man. There's so many different ways to go, and I don't know, and it's so hard. I like the way the release cadence now is because at least you can look at the faction, you get time to, delve into it, and you can tell where it's going to fit. That year, I don't know what the hell we were gonna do. It was
and that was.
Who do you go for? How good are they going to be? Where are they going to fit in? We had all those different factions. It was crazy. Oh my God. Oh yeah, let's not do that again.
I agree.
I think the difference is between this year and that year is this year with all the new characters coming out, they're requiring you to use them versus that year they were just releasing them.
Oh, they were kind of required to use. Like, if you didn't get Jedi Knight Revenue, you could kiss Squadron and get by. Or if you didn't get the solo squad, you couldn't do the mod challenges. So
I forgot about that back in the day too.
There were things that you needed the character, or like bounty hunters. That was Chewbacca. Like they had. Oh my God. They had a lot of things going on.
Yeah,
I guess the standard challenges they weren't.
Yeah, I agree with BCM. They're heavily pushing some of the new stuff, but I love it at the moment. There's not one person I speak to who's in the same place going in the same direction. Everyone's right. I have these number of GLs and I'm heading that way. I've got this guy and I'm heading that way. I'm going for that person next. And it's so refreshing to see so many people making an independent decision about what they'll do about Jabba or Profundity or Hutt Cartel or Dr. Aphid. All these things. Whatever.
Sorry, the way you said that made me giggle.
she's going straight in my bug squad. I love the way that everyone's and they're all discovering and enjoying different parts of Star Wars, which is what we really want in life. Like, we want people to do different things, and then you've got the Omicrons on top of that and the Datacrons on top of that, which is just awesome. So I really think actually at the moment the game is super fun.
Oh my God! Sorry that Dr. Asphalt.
I have always liked that. Aldous, where there isn't, unless you're, a Kraken, then everyone's roster kind of ends up differently. Like, some people go after sorties, some people go after Adrad, some people go after Haydn, some people will go after Inquisitors. There's a wide range. And yeah, again, some people can have all of them, but for the vast majority of us, we have to pick and choose, and then we get we get into these fun little debates of oh, but my team's better, or oh, this team's better than that, and it's fun.
This is my account. This is my account. I've had this account longer than any children. And you play with it every day, and you love your account, and every single gearing and modding is yours, and you choose to go in certain directions, and I love the directions I go in because they're my directions, not something I've been told on the internet. And I love it. I love that. So I like it at the moment that all these different decisions. I know there's been a bit of an influx of characters. I'm kind of vibing with it. I love it.
Well, we always say when I'm doing Ross reviews, and I've done so many, Jesus, which is a good thing. But I've always say at the end of the day, I'll give you recommendations. But at the end of the day, this is a game. Go farm what you want to bloody farm. If you want to do Lord Vader first, I don't care what anyone tells you. If that's your favorite character and you want to farm it, I'll give you the pros and cons, but if you really love bounty hunters and you want to go bounty hunters first, I mean, there's a certain set we try to get people, just to be more efficient if you want to get to certain content quicker. But at the end of the day, man, go for what you love, man. Just go farm the characters that you want to play with. I mean, it's a game, and that's what the whole purpose is. It's not about just being efficient. Some people want that, but some people just want to. They just like Van Seal's a great example. He's all in on bounty hunters. He doesn't do anything before he does bounty hunter stuff, period. End of discussion, and it's kept him from certain things, but I mean, he doesn't care. He's having fun. He likes to try shit with bounty hunters, and that's the way you should do it. So I like that. I like that mentality. Dr. Asteroid, Dr. Asphalt. All this, you goof. Darside 1972 question says, I love the mod challenges. It was much needed. My theory is one reason is that the Datacrons have devalued our mods to a degree, so this change helps in other game modes. This was a positive. No, I really like the mod stuff. I mean, Datacrons can go straight to hell and burn for all I care. And I will always crush CG on that, but I also give CG credit when credit's due. And the mod stuff that they did is bloody fantastic. I really, really think they had a home run with this stuff. Getting the stuff to do it is the drop rate's a little poo poo, but those mod challenges, the nodes, That was so needed because we've got such an influx of mods that are just sitting there that we can't slice. This allows us to get that material faster. I love it. I love everything they did with mods. I know how the rest of the panel feels, but I think they knocked it out of the park with the mod stuff for sure.
I love the new gambling thing, the new mod gambling. But I have some of the more hardcore people in my community who are super into mods and have been super into mods have got a little bit down with it because it now allows people maybe in the mid game of mods to kind of, they're cheating up a bit, you know, like being able to go, well, that one that wasn't perfect, you know. So I like it. I mean, to be honest, I don't intentionally farm the stuff. I just have a wee gamble once a month and roll a few, but yeah, it's okay.
Well, it allows you to recalibrate some mods if you know, and I don't recommend past 25 is not worth it. I mean, 15 for sure. Try it.
Now.
If you it's not worth it now because you just don't get the materials. But it does help. I mean, I've had some characters that I've been able to put some additional speed on and some other things that I was looking at that was really nice. I mean,
I'm getting a lot more. 25 plus is a lot more, you know, like just being
Oh,
able to,
yeah.
I hit a 29. A 29 was now my fastest. But yeah, super fun. I like the mod stuff. Anyway, yeah, I like it.
all right. Dark says I missed this question, so I'm going back and I found it. It says, what do you think about allowing certain starfighters with hyperdrives to enter a fleet battle without a capital ship?
If that would ever happen, it would be a specifically new ship or character to come in, and that's one of their abilities is they can lead a Starfleet in, like kind of like Anakin would in the Clone Wars or something like that with a capital ship. Like I feel like that would be their own ability.
That'd be interesting, right? You can just bring a ship in.
I don't know, but without the capital ship, you roll it again, you hit it again. I don't know. I think
They'd have to retweak some stuff on that, right?
Yeah.
I don't like this new capital ship annihilation thing. I was okay with the Hondo maneuver. I was okay with the Death Star. They're kind of pushing it to me now when they remove the capital ship. I think they're opening themselves up. I used to love the guy that designed ships. I used to love him a lot. I think now they're getting to the point where the kits are getting a little bit more complicated and trying to steal people away. Like, oh God, that gets rid of the capital ship. I think we're in danger of getting to the point where we couldn't ever release another resistance ship. Otherwise, the Holdo maneuver would always go off.
Ray Red 5.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, like,
don't say that. Don't say that ship. God damn it.
I almost feel that we are snookering ourselves, so to speak, on ships now by going into these complicated kits that are getting rid of the capital ship and stuff.
Well,
what about,
they make sense though, right? Because they're from the movies, right?
They do, but anything that gives a cool, like it gives us say 20, but then it's a cooldown reduction if this, and this happens, is kind of snookering future ships. I much prefer it if it just gave it a cooldown of 7, and it just wait. You know what I mean?
No, but they could easily reverse it. Like they can have a new ship come out and be like, every time you dodge, you increase the enemy's capital ship thing.
Yeah, because
what about
it.
Yeah,
you know, kind of playing on this. I just got an idea, but okay. So say you're fighting the Profundity, right? And it does its little Tantive 4 runs off and pulls your capital ship away. But then say you have a ship, another fighter that comes in that has a cooldown that if your capital ship is gone, you have like 3 turns or something to be able to call in another capital ship.
That
Like
would
say
be
Empire, right?
complicated.
Say
Yeah,
you're
that
playing-
would be.
say you're
I mean, no,
playing-
you're right. You're right. It isn't, but again, we're stacking a solution on top of a problem.
That's the whole meta. Like you introduce a new
they're
kit,
all
then introduce a new
ultimates.
kit, then introduces a new kit, and then that's just kind of how it goes.
But I think when you look through Ben Swallow's kit, there's so much stuff that is in there to counter. Okay, that one will counter GMK. That one will counter. You know, like.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I like ships where they are. Ships to me are teetering. And I think we need just a little bit better than what we have. But I think they are risking it. If I think we had 1 or 2 more ships, could break 1 or 2 of the squads.
Well, I think if they could bring like another capital ship or 2 that is like the First Order, that's a really interesting. It took us a while to figure it out, but it's a really, you know, it's it's already doing what it's doing immediately, right? Instead of like what you said, they could do some ships like that.
I'd love
they
okay,
balance it out, with the abilities. And do some different things. It doesn't always have to be. I agree that it doesn't always have to be the Death Star blowing up your ship. We can't repel firepower. That might deserve.
Yeah, I'd love them to bring out just an ultra fast, high damage but brittle. So you have one go, you smash through 2 or 3 ships, but not all 3, and then the other person wipes you out. There would be an interesting way where you wouldn't need something that was so mechanically broken that, just a capital ship that's always going first. 3 ships that always go first. You can only kill 2, and then, that sort of thing would be kind of...
That's kind of the First Order, at least it was for a longest time.
Yeah, it was actually.
They had a bunch of bonus speed, and then Silencer just wiped 2 characters off right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I mean. I like the First Order is one of my favorites, but that is kind of... I want them to go more in the First Order route rather than the Executor, Profundity, Malevolence route. I like the First Order is a good example. But yeah, I would just push it just a little bit faster.
Even just add an ability to the existing ships to where if your capital ship disappears, you have a request reinforcements that pops up after like 2 turns or 3 turns that you can call in one of your other capital ships to back you up. You know what I mean? So say you're using Thrawn.
We might end up with Mace. We might end up with Mace in the field then.
That's fine.
We don't want to make Rambam happy. Let's think about what we're saying here, okay?
We never want endurance. We never want endurance on it. But no, I think it's a nice way to book it. It's a nice way to talk about it. But I do.
Well, I think they just change up the ultimates instead of just like you said, just the ship disappears. But they could do some fun ones. Like some of the ultimates on the ships are very creative. Like the
Malevolence is cool.
Malevolence is really cool. The Tarkin one's really cool.
I hate Negotiators. I think Negotiators is stupid.
They could do some stuff like that and just give us a different flavor. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean
or just give every capital ship now a kind of an extend other capital ship cooldowns by 2 sort of button. Where we're just able to kind of permanently extend their overpowered ability.
Yeah.
Aldous, was it me and you who invented the A-Wing, the Resistance A-Wing that's going to have foresight, and every single time it gets dodged, it increases the enemy ship's cooldown?
Yeah, I think might be that mad guy. Who's the mad guy? Mad, awesome again.
Tilo? I wasn't Tilo because it was here, I'm pretty sure. Was it Tilo?
Okay, might have been me. I do create ships all the time. I love ships. I love ships. Shipping is so much fun. And I really love the game mode, and I think it's doing really well, much better than characters in that rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock meta, where you've got all the different things. And I think I see so many different defenses now, whereas like when you fight on GAC, you see so many different kind of looks, different people putting different stuff in. And it's really cool on ships because you got this kind of, okay, this guy's put his Sith bomber there. This guy's got his this here, Sith fight, and I think it's pretty cool. I'm liking it. But yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty straight meta, but it's interesting. Like if you have the right stuff for it, or if you don't, like we had one yesterday where it was, I think I had Negotiator, Profundity, and Executor all on defense. So I had to really think about what I was going to use where. So, but it was fun because I did First Order against Executor, I used Malevolence against Negotiator, and then I did Profundity mirror match, and and I could have changed that, for some of that, and just a matter of what I thought would be the best. No, yeah, ships, yeah.
But I say, you're able to change that. You made a conscious decision about do I go this way, that way.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. That's what I mean. It's kind of
Yeah, I don't have a problem with ships. Ships are actually pretty decent. I enjoyed the ship fights. The ground war, God, it just gives me a rash. Ugh, it's just every time I do JC now. Sorry guys, but I mean with these datacrons, it's like I just tell everybody I have no idea what the hell's about to happen. I literally do not know what's going to happen with this RNG and crap. I have no clue especially with deflection, dodge, and everything else that's going on here. That I have no idea. We could like last night we could full clear, or I could get stuck like the other one where I'm like I can't beat any of these datacrons because the RNG effed me. It's like there's nothing I can do about it. So I just made JC now for me is more like let's hang out. Let's have fun, let's watch Ranger Rage, and you guys will enjoy that. We'll call it GAC mod depression because that's what it feels like when I'm doing it now. So yeah. But yeah, ships I think it's a pretty good spot. That's a good point there.
Good spot. Good spot.
I like where ships are. It's really well balanced. I mean, of course you have to get the ships, but once you do and everything equals out, yeah, it's pretty good. A lot of good counterbalance there. I agree with that. I think we're caught up on questions. Yeah, we are. Hey, and it's about that time where we go around the corn, as Grande would say back in the day. Good old Grande Pappy Patron, who was on the stream again yesterday, giving me nothing but ulcers. That's what he does. We're going to allow these wonderful folks to pimp their stuff, and I would highly encourage you to go watch their channels, watch their content. It's the easy way to say thank you for being here on a Saturday morning. Well, Saturday morning for three of us. Somebody is... where are you in the world? Are you back in England now? There,
yeah,
all this.
back in Scotland.
Back
Scotland
in
is
Scotland.
5 to 5.
Back in the Highlands of Scotland. It's what, mid-afternoon there, evening?
It's 5 to 5. We're about to sit down and watch
Yeah.
the football game.
There you go. Yeah, I got baseball to watch today.
How are my Padres doing? I love my Padres. I watched. Okay,
They
usually
lost
I watched
yesterday
it.
4-2. It's a really good game.
Yeah, but we won. We won the one before, and we went 1-1. So we're now 2-1, 1-2.
Yeah, it's Phillies up 2-1.
Okay, fuck the Phillies. Fuck the Phillies. Yeah.
Let me look here.
Yeah, go
And
Padres.
then they're playing it again.
We're not a Petco though. We must come back to.
Yeah, now I'm seeing what time the game's tonight in the U.S. So the first game is the Stros and the Yankees at 4, and I think the Padres are at 7:30, I believe, Eastern.
I guess we're back. Yeah, we're back in Philly.
Yeah, it's gonna be 5 days straight of just games. So there's no breaks from here on out. So starting today for both teams, they don't get a break. So it's either ride or die, either win or lose, or you're going home. So This schedule for the playoffs has been absolutely bonkers. Good Lord. I'm not answering that Kazakagi. Stupid cough question. Bastard. Buzz also Celtics or Rangers?
Aberdeen.
Okay.
But I do have a confirmation name, so I'm going to go Celtic as well.
Okay.
But I love, I just love football. I honestly love.
I like a good football
sport.
match.
I love going to sport, and I love and it doesn't matter where I've been in the world. I always go to the local game, whether it's rugby or whatever. That local team, that local rival, I love it. I love going to the stadium and getting a program and a pie and a pint.
Yeah, I've if you've never been to a live sporting event, you should. And it doesn't matter which one it is: NASCAR, cricket, soccer, an NFL game, MLB. It doesn't matter. It's fun there, but. I appreciate all sports, and sometimes it just depends. I was telling the story the other day this summer, like I'm a big baseball fan, but that my Stros weren't playing, and there really wasn't. It was kind of a break, and there was a women's soccer match on. I put it on, and I enjoyed it because I just enjoy sports because I played sports and I understand like what it takes to do that. I have a huge appreciation. We all like the sports we like, and there's nothing, whatever you like, whether it's cricket, it doesn't matter. Whatever you like, tennis, it doesn't matter. It's.
To be at that event, I've been so lucky in my life. Obviously, 2-3 weeks ago, I was at the Singapore Grand Prix in Singapore. I love that. I've been to the Maracanã in Rio, to a football game. I've been to the River Plate in Buenos Aires. Like these are events you will never,
it's pretty awesome.
The electricity. I've been to NFL in. My beloved San Diego Chargers, who are still not in San Diego.
No, they're the LA Chargers now, unfortunately. But then the Raiders are now the Las Vegas Raiders. So
yeah, but my Padres are still in San Diego. So it's fine.
They ain't going
and I love it. Yeah, I love all sport. I love all sport, and whatever I think it's just is the best. The best thing. Horse races, everything. I just love it all.
Just find what sport you like, and if you can go to a live one, it's worth it. It really is. It's a unique
live
experience.
events are definitely a different experience.
Yeah,
with all everybody getting involved. I mean, you come outdoors. It's
the US do it better than anyone. Like as anyone that's ever if you go to the US, you can get the cheapest ass ticket at the back. I think I went to Petco Park and I spent about something like $10 to get in. No idea. And literally they had 9 strikeouts or something. So we all got a free pizza slice.
Yeah, they do stuff like that all the time. They give giveaways and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
I was in like a $10 seat and I'm getting like a free. I'm like, this is good. I got more pizza Anyway, okay, you don't need to hear the story. We
we're
already know the
good.
story.
Okay,
Okay.
Oh, I do. This is why I'm here.
Well, yeah, but no, if you get a chance, but yeah, I mean, my two passions are football and baseball, but I'll watch anything. I do enjoy football, aka soccer, we call it here in the U.S. I do watch the Premier League when I get a chance. It's just the times when it comes on, I'm like, I'm either streaming or I'm doing something else, and it's a weird time. But when I do get a chance, I will watch it. So it's yeah. Hey Bobus, what's going on, man? Glad to have you here. Celsi was here earlier too. Says good evening, everyone. Good evening. We're getting out of here. So, Calvin, where can folks check you out at, my friend?
They can check me out primarily on YouTube nowadays. It's Calvin Awesome, just those two words with space in between them. Got a lot of videos going on right now, primarily about roster building. We just released a video about if you're building a roster, all the characters you should immediately take to gear 13 for each team. So like one character per team.
Sure.
You can also find the Mad Awesome Show on Spotify and iTunes. That's where me and Tilo Mad, we talk about all things Galaxy of Heroes and all things Star Wars as well.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. It's really good. And I've been on that, and it's a lot of fun and really informative, and you should check that out. Please do. Aldous, I think you didn't pimp yourself. You got into story time with sports.
Yeah, sorry, I was talking. Yeah, I've never been on the Mad welcome to Sandflies, but I'll be here every week. Yeah, welcome to Sandflies on Twitch and indeed on YouTube. But we're now launching things on the channel, so now I'm launching every YouTube video with a viral puzzle, which will appear at some point during the Twitch stream, which if you miss it, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry you miss it.
Yeah.
You will get it like a week home. You'll get it a week later. And I'm super looking forward to Halloween, where we're going to play so many spooky games, not just Star
I'll
Wars
be out
ones.
scaring kids. Sorry, I'll be busy. BCM, where can folks check you out at? I mean, I know you get your own channel, but you mainly been hanging out with the RSG crew.
I've been
Scott and
hanging out with
everybody?
RSG for a lot here recently, but yeah, I started my Twitch back up,
There
so
you
it's
go.
Big Country Mags on Twitch. I'm doing mainly Fallout 76 stuff now,
Oh, nice.
and kind of getting it rolling again. And then I'm working on. I do have a YouTube channel. There's not much there. I'm planning on trying to get some more videos over there and get that rolling too. So it's Big Country Mags, all one word, on Twitch, and on YouTube it's Big Country Space Mags.
Yep. There
So
you go.
you'll be able to find me. I've been doing some. I've got some drone videos on there right now. So,
Real quick, before I do the final pimp here, Kazkage, do you watch bowling? Yes, I'll watch bowling. I watched bowling the other day. It was a celebrity bowling tournament, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. And yeah, I said I appreciate all sports. And then Whiskey says, question, so what happened to October Burns Red? Did we get anything red? Just our anger and blood pressure. So there you go. So no. So that happened. All right. Last thing I'm going to say, do with that, go visit these awesome channels and stuff, please do. Now remember, we're doing our big Patreon push by the 31st. If we can get 10 more Patreons, $5 or more, you can just do 5. That's fine too. But if you can do more, that's great too. Supports the content, supports what we're doing here, because I do a lot of stuff on YouTube. It's live streams. You guys like me to be on YouTube. Problem is I don't make anything doing it on YouTube because Google doesn't pay dick. So if you want to support us to continue the content on here, think about coming to Patreon. If we get 10 more, if we get 10 more, I will start a lore series. We'll start doing lore videos, but it's gonna be me and Ram doing a funny take on lore with Star Wars. So you'll get that if we get 10 more. So if you want to see that, I'd link the Patreon there. There you go. Of course, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. That's the easiest way you can do to support this channel and all these other great content creators, and please do. And then, yeah, so I'll be back tonight on Twitch for D&D. Rambin wanted me to come join him today. I don't know if he's alive or what's going on. I know Wolf started. If you have 6 hours, go watch Wolf, because it's going to take him 6 hours to get through his stuff. And I'll probably
take him 6 hours to get started.
Yeah, Calvin have done his GAC. I'll go hang out with Ram and get his GAC done. We'll do another GAC, and Wolf will still be there doing his GAC. That's how crazy that is. But go watch the Battalion; it's a lot of fun. And with that, I think that's good. I think we got everything picked, and keep November 5th on your calendar for the big charity stream coming up. So that's going to be a Saturday. There will be no Jedi Academy in 2 weeks, because I ain't gonna be around for that. We're gonna be doing the big celebrity, charity stream, where we're raising money, do Magic the Gathering tournament's gonna be a live stream. So for those that can't be there or in Florida and hanging out with us, you can watch the live stream and you can send it to all your friends. And we're gonna have a lot of awesome prizes and stuff and raffles and things that you guys can get your hands on. A lot of people are coming forward to really make this a really awesome event. So we'll have the ACS folks there. I'll be there. Finn will be there. We'll have it all squared away. I'm going down next week. So next week, Thursday, pretty much Wednesday night stream, not this week, coming up the week after. I will not be streaming until the Monday after that because I'm not going to be here. So there you go. And Thursday I'm traveling all day. And then Friday we'll be doing setup, and then Saturday we'll have the event, and then Sunday I'll be coming back. So yeah, I'm not going to be streaming those days. So, but with that, thanks for hanging out with us today. Appreciate it, everybody. Love you guys. I'm not going to be in Orlando that week before Christmas, Kazakagi. We're going to be there November 5th. That's great. I hope you enjoy yourself in the warm tropical sands of Florida without the sunfly. So everyone have a great rest of your day. Enjoy your day. Love you guys, and we'll holler at you later. Peace out.